Hello, YouTube. Hello, McTow. Hello, Red Pill. Now, this title of this live stream or podcast, whichever this one turns into, is about wounded generations. Now, just because you're an adult, don't think you're safe from being wounded. In fact, many of these detractors, these some of these extremists, they get their mana from wounding adults, fully grown adults, adult men, and in many cases, adult women. Now, they get extra brownie points to make a grown man cry. Now, like I say, just because you're an adult does not mean you can't be wounded. They have other ways. The legal system. Look out in Utah. Utah. Other people have said it before. I'm not gonna. I don't want to beat a dead horse. But that new law put into place, not bill, law put into place, is going to spread and it's going to wound a lot more men. It's going to spread and it's going to wound a lot more men. Either you marry this, either you vet this woman before you sleep with her and before you even date her, because they're not gonna do fraternity tests. They're not gonna do equal rights from anybody for men. The goal is domination of men, and they're gonna get it because these soft in the brain politicians are going to allow it. They're already married. They're already halfway out the door. They're already married. They already had their children. They got one foot in the grave, one foot in the banana peel. Most of them. One foot in the grave, one foot in the banana peel. Most of these people, they're gonna get the domination. Come hell or high water. And it's, to be honest with you, anybody who's not red pill now will be red will be either swallowed up or red pill by a later. That bill and that law in Utah that just passed is going to, I'm going to say it, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to cause a lot of men to commit suicide. It's going to cause a lot of men to go crazy. And then they go ahead and decide to make polygamy polygamy a misdemeanor. So let me get this straight. They want Utah wants Men to pay for half the paternal and wants to be on paternal child support, paying half the cost for paternal checkups, visits, and appointments. But are starting to want men to take on multiple wives. Now, I can't see where that could go wrong. I can't possibly see where that could go wrong. Oh, yeah. See, when you reach a certain plateau on a birth rate in like Utah, or this is to Utah, when you reach a certain plateau, a threshold, there's a certain threshold where it becomes negative population. And Utah is going to reach it first. And Utah is going to reach it first. Now I don't know. Now I don't know if it showed up on YouTube or something else, but I changed the title. It should change in a few days or something. But it's going to reach a negative population, a negative growth in population. But that should be an eye opener. That should be at least an eye opener. The next thing I want to talk about, this subject has been beat to all heck. Male regret. By the end of the school year, by the end of the school year, in the UK and in certain parts in certain countries, you're gonna see an influx of boys who are gonna be broken, who are gonna be broken, destroyed. That's the first wave of broken boys that we will never be able to fix. And each wave after that is gonna be worse. We are reverting back to our tribal nature. It's gonna revert us back to the tribal nature because advancements are not going to be able to be made in technology, in science. Everything's going to be based on emotion. As I said, it's going to the boy these men going up. It's going to be standard procedure that men are destroyed at a young age. The boys are destroyed at a young age. Those are the Walking Dead. Those are the Walking Dead. Walking Wounded. Next on the list is it's just something that's been eaten away. This society is sliding backwards, whether you like it or not, and it's going to continue to do so. And which ties into the next topic: chasing the sun. Chasing the sun. Hey, I'm the revolutionary. Welcome. But we're going to talk about the next topic is chasing the sun. Now, I understand, I respect the fact that y'all are at least trying to buy some time by traveling the world, experiencing women in other cultures. But realistically speaking, you're chasing the sun. Now, what I mean, why do I say you're chasing the sun? Because everywhere you go, on your heels is going to be the Western problems. Every country that you go to that has barely been touched by Western civilization is doomed to be touched by Western civilization. Now, the Middle Eastern countries are many of the Middle Eastern countries are going to be able to hold out because they're not about that crap. But eventually, they're going to give in. If not, they may actually retake the planet. That's either way. As I said, the it's called chasing the sun. Basically, you feel as a man that it's bad in one area, so you try to migrate to another. The Paleolithic man has tried that before. Look what it got us. We're quote unquote domesticated. We're many of us are so domesticated that we can't even freaking uproot our own lives. We can't even uproot a freaking turnip. Which brings to another topic is domestication of people. Now, the domestication of people, it was done over a course of time, a course of centuries, inadvertently through technological advances to make life easier by ridding us of our natural predators, which made life too easy. And realistically speaking, it's only a matter of time. I mean, they want pet men. They're trying. They're the thing. One of the ways of how to domesticate an animal now is by selective breeding. You take certain traits of in animals, and then you breed those traits in animals of similar or exact traits that you want. Like a bloodhound is more or less used for their scent, for their ability to smell. And a bear dog, I don't know what the name of the dog, the bear dog is typically, it's basically in his name to hunt bear, to hold bear down. How do you domesticate a human being? Well, there's two ways. You make them comfortable, or you start at birth. That's what's happening right now. They're starting at birth. Being comfortable. See, the problem is being comfortable is you'd have to make them. It has to take work. It has to take time, and them days are gone. Them days are gone, long gone. Now, I don't have children. I'm not married. I don't have any children. I don't have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm single. This is my views on family. This is my views on family. My views on family are like this. My views on having children, settling down, are this. It's nothing more than a extortion tactic. Having children is nothing more than a strong arm and extortion tactic that can be used later on. Because you develop an emotional attachment to your child. Not necessarily not a lot of women develop emotional attachment to their children, but the sad part about it is men do. And those emotional attachments get used against men. Oh, you got to do this in order to feed your child. Oh, in order to see your child, you have to do this, and this, and not guaranteed that you're going to, after you do all that, you're going to see your child. Because if you do anything wrong in your life, because if you do anything wrong, anything completely messed up, Shinobi 1, anything messed up, anything wrong, you will never see your child. If you have anything on your record, whether it be from your childhood, you will never see your child. Now, JD Miles has custody of his son. And the reason he talks about that as something that doesn't happen often, because it doesn't happen that often. It doesn't always happen that often. There are some men that fight and fight and fight and fight, but don't get any headway. Like I said, it's nothing more than strong arm extortion, racketeering, and the mob bosses of old are in charge of it. Now, they may not be directly linked to the mob, but I said it's not common. There has to be something drastically wrong, and the judge has to have an inkling of a moral compass. Has to have an inkling of a moral compass. As I said, it's nothing more than robbery, or not robbery, extortion. For me, why I'm so callous toward families, toward children, because I don't have any of my own. Why should I care about somebody else's child when I have none of my own? Does that make me heartless? I don't have any way of empathizing with that. In fact, being that I don't have children, I can't I can't actually empathize with men who have gone through the process of divorce, with men who have literally had their kids dangled in front of them like a proverbial carrot to a donkey. I have zero empathy toward children of other people. I've, you know, now I know they suffer as much in the divorce. I understand they suffer in a divorce because you're literally ripping people apart, ripping people, separating people. You're literally ripping them apart. And that's said from a father. That is said exactly from a father. Many people would call me a heartless prick. I mean, in a way, it does change women. I don't know how. I don't understand how. And the thing is, I will admit, I don't really fully understand how, because some women can actually have children and literally pay more attention to their phone and not their child, and having their child fall into an animal pen. Which, in my case, if I were to see that happen, I'm not jumping in that animal pen to save the child. I'm on. I'm gonna basically look at it like this: for that split second, for that split second of that animal dragging that child across the pen, like it either makes or breaks women. Like I said, for that split second of that animal dragging that child across the pen, that child probably has a responsible parent. Or that gorilla taking that child in their arms. That child probably has a responsible parent that's actually worth a darn. To be honest with you, some of these women, some of these children, I think there should be an experiment. There should be an actual experiment of certain mothers and animals. Throw the baby, throw the baby in an animal pen. Either the animal's going to kill it, or it's going to raise it as its own. That's the way I see it. Throw the baby in the animal pen, or throw the toddler in the animal pen. Either that toddler's going, that child or that baby, that toddler's going to have a responsible parent, or that child's not going to make it. My views are extreme because I have nothing attached. I have nothing, no emotion attached to it. Zero whatsoever. Yeah. Comparing mothers to animals. And to be honest with you, I honestly got my bet on the animal to raise a better productive member of society than an actual human being. You can have that if you want, Shinobi. No, I mean, you want, I mean, like I said, my views are extreme. None of these ideas that I have in my head these PUAs are going to ever mention. I am like I said, my channel's small. My channel's like the dark side. It's not that dark, but it's like the dark side of ideas. Meat bags. How you doing? But it's like if you go ahead and I mean if any of these ideas were to ever come to fruition, society would lose their minds. We don't have leaders. We have puppets. All the alphas are dead. All of the alpha males are dead. Are literally dead. What we have is these chads, which are just going to rock and knock and rock, knock and nut and bolt. That's pretty much what they're going to do is rock, roll, nut and bolt. That's pretty much what they're going to do. Fed by clowns, led by puppets. That's why we call it the clown world. And these people who are literally eating this stuff up. It's funny. But then again, what do I know? I don't have a social engineering disease or whatever they call it. And I am definitely don't have a social justice disease. I mean disease. Sorry, sorry, Freudian slip. I've seen the turnabout when people get a social justice degree. Nothing good. Nothing good. They become a danger to society. They become a huge danger to society. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, for me, no name, what's up? But the thing is, it's crazy that they they basically want to revert back to primal instincts, back to tribal instincts, when other countries are actually literally advancing. My view, you know what? The way I see it, strap a rocket to this train, make it a rocket sled. I know trains ain't supposed to go that fast, but well, you strap a rocket to a train. Well, it's got to go somewhere. If it goes off a cliff, it goes off a cliff. Wherever it goes, if it makes it to the station, it makes it to the station. It doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna do my part and help this train off the cliff or wherever it goes. I'm just gonna. I mean, it's not hard to make. You get enough sugar and magnesium citrate. Cook it at a low temperature. You got yourself your little sugar rocket. Strap that. Get enough of it. You can strap it to the train. Strap it to a train and choo down the track, and wherever it lands, it lands. It doesn't matter. The reason I say this again because I have no kids and have zero empathy toward children, and my ideas are extreme. I have, to be honest with you, I have more empathy to animals than I have children, to squirrels than I have children, and I have a hard time. You know, that's why many of my things is philosophies is like forget them, they're done. Parents don't raise their children to speak up about injustices anymore. They're usually silenced. They're usually silenced. Now, I keep getting like I said, on certain. I think it was a long time ago on a Blaze where they asked, "Why won't I get my fornicate on?" I've explained multiple times, multiple times. I have nothing they want or need. They have nothing I want or need. As well as it's not worth the squeeze. To anybody, any of these pickup artists that are listening to this, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna say this now. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this here. Listen closely. You'll find out eventually. I'm not gonna explain anymore. I'm gonna say this. You will find out eventually. And these teenage, you'll find out eventually. Like I said, you will find out eventually. You've got teen parents. You got teen parents. You got and those teenagers are parents are some of the most destructive forces because they had children at a young age and don't even know how to they barely just learned how to tie their shoes. They still got freaking milk behind their ears. But yet many of them got the nerve to walk around like they know everything. And repeat the cycle it has begun. And repeat the cycle it has begun. Like I said, the juice ain't like we've all said, like we've all said in MGTOW and Red Pill, the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. And I'm a quote. I'm a do. I'm a screwhead here. I'm gonna talk about what Screwhead said in a video. Your taxes as a single man are going to the single mothers, and he's right. It's not gonna stop me from working, from trying to build my resources up. That's not gonna stop me from working. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm. It's gonna make me more adamant on not trying to get married. See, the thing is like We've already been paying the bachelor tax for years. Look at your tax returns when you're single, and look what your tax returns when you get married and have children. I'm pretty. See, the thing is, a lot of these graybeards, they've been out of touch, out of the game for years. They've been married for years. They don't understand. So they're anything they say at this point about MGTOW is irrelevant. The next thing I want to go on is about the convention. No, this CME, Convention for Masculine Excellence, where they try to teach you how to cope with divorce, where they try to teach you how to cope with being a veteran, where they try to teach you how to be a gentleman. First, let's start with coping with divorce. I got something with coping with divorce. Don't get freaking married. Unless you've been vetting this person for years, or unless like literally, unless from in my eyes, is like she has to do some work. She has to do some legwork. She's got to do some legwork. Spider, what's up? Oh yeah, the Convention for Male Excellence. It's been a buzz. I'm ripping that apart. I'm ripping that crap apart. Coping with as a veteran, as a freshly separated veteran. What the hell? Oh, that's my truck. Coping as a freshly separated veteran. Please don't tell me somebody hit my damn truck. Coping as a freshly separated veteran. It ain't easy. The first, like I said, I'm gonna say what it is for free. You ain't gotta spend $2,000. You ain't gotta spend $2,000 for a freaking retarded convention. You ain't gotta spend $2,000 for a convention. That's for daggone sure. Like it's just that it's really that simple. When you get out and you get your last paycheck and you get your leave payments, the leave that you sold back. Guess what? The first thing you do when you get out, you better find yourself a job. You know, like so you're on your final leave. You're on your final leave. You should be in between you separating and you being home. You should be getting a job. You should be working already. If you are not working, there is a problem. Because eventually, unless you're retired, you are now digging into your funds. You are now digging into your funds. You are now digging into your funds. And you should be and if you really want to advance your life, you should probably go ahead. Okay. You bet I mean they ain't said that yet. They ain't said that yet. But for still, $2,000 for a freaking seat. Come on. We're all working class here. Majority of us are working class. We don't have $2,000 to just toss around. We don't got $2,000 to toss around. 300K on this. 300K. So $300,000. Are they mad? What they gonna do with that $300,000? Let me break this to you. The way I see it, with Donovan Sharp, you have hope they'll do the right thing with Donovan Sharp. All right, okay, but let's continue on with this. Coping as a veteran, I had to literally, I didn't have that many resources. The VA basically, I'm still dealing with a degenerate condition in my freaking knees. And they want to freaking look at my goddamn head, which pissed me off. I don't deal with the VA. Now, the next topic, which would be coping with divorce, I have no experience with that. So I'm going to have to skip over that subject. I'm going to have to skip over that subject. But being a decent gentleman, isn't being a decent gentleman the same crap that got us in this mess? Being a decent gentleman is the same diatribe that got us in this mess. Hold the door open for a lady. Throw your jacket on the pedal for a lady. Milady, milady. Isn't that what got us in this mess? Would you like me to prostrate myself on one knee to present a rock and a piece of metal in the shape of a band that goes out upon your finger? You know, medieval knights weren't all that much gentlemen. Chivalry was originally meant for the battlefield. Medieval knights, after they conquered a village, they took what they wanted. Is that, you know? So now that the gunpowders have civilized the medieval, has destroyed the medieval knights in their arm and their shining armor, now we have to be civilized. The problem is we placed women on pedestals by being gentlemen. And that was our downfall, and that is going to be a downfall, and it is still not our downfall. And it's going to be our downfall into the future because these these boys coming out of high school are going to be now castrated. Darn near castrated psychologically. They're going to be castrated psychologically. Not chemically, not physically, psychologically. And then the next generation is going to come in, castrated, walking zombies, humiliated, broken, emasculated wrecks. Hey, it's what it is. I don't have optimism. Like I said, I came into the red pill in MGTOW knowing that I could be touched. I'm waiting for it. As I said, I'm gonna say again, I came into MGTOW and red pill knowing I could be touched. Me not showing my identity is just prolonging the inevitable. It's doing nothing more than prolonging the inevitable. But I've already held up for 35 minutes. I'm gonna let everybody go. It's been a pleasure talking with y'all. Armchair Shinobi One, Meat Bags, No Name, and Spider. I hope to hope to catch you on a live stream, Spider. Oh yes, that's funny. Not the bedroom, and correct. It was originally reserved for the battlefield, not the bedroom. But it's been a pleasure, everyone. I hope I hit some of these topics with one of those shotgun pellets that I was first spewing out. But this is just from observation. This is just from observation, and like from a height, from things like that. Hopefully, when I upload another video, it was I'm gonna start putting out theories. Not so much MGTOW theories, but more. You don't owe me a goddamn thing. You don't owe me a goddamn thing. Nobody here owes me a goddamn thing. You know, I do this shit for free. Like I said, I hope everybody enjoyed the live stream, and catch y'all again another time. This is MGTOW the win. No, I do not accept I don't accept currency from anybody. I don't accept money from anybody. This is MGTOW the win. See y'all later. Stay sharp, and take care of yourselves. Signing off.